Brad Crouch. Yeah, Brad
thank
Crouch.
you.
Yeah, that's the old Will Sangster number, I reckon. Number 20 for Noble Park. That's a big number to fill.
The way he did say that, I did worry there where he said Crouch and then just said it was jumper change. I was thinking that he might be saying that Brad Crouch is out.
It could be a bit of a loss, Luark,
he is,
because of the height factor.
Yeah, and they aren't a high side, a tall side. Steve Hughes did speak about that in the pre-game. And East Ringwood do have a fair bit of height. And you look at Josh Fox, massive.
Yeah, you put him, Weatherall at centre half forward and Fox at full forward. It's a pretty formidable pair, isn't it?
Henry's quite huge as well. Very tall presence. Blake, actually, if you're still there, did you get the number for Anthony Marson?
35.
Yeah, he's wearing the 35. Thank you very much.
Yeah. But, that's the only change. Conditions, to be honest, not a great day. I'm not going to talk about the weather because I always jinx it, so you guys can find that one out yourselves. But, it's, in my opinion, good day to play footy. Not sunny, not, too particularly cloudy. It's a perfect day for footy, I reckon.
Not too particularly cloudy. Look at it up in the sky, Blake.
I don't see a single patch of blue.
No, it's not that cloud. It's not down here.
And the ground's in pretty good nick too, Blake.
It is.
Right, here we go. First bounce. Noble Park taking on East Ringwood. Henry going up in the ruck and the ball comes out. And we've already been awarded a free kick, or are we getting a ball up?
Looks like a ball up.
Back in the middle of the ground. Of course, Brad Crouch there now wearing the number 20 this afternoon. Came in the side last week. Noble Park now with the clearance forward on centre wing. The mark is taken there by Dylan Below for the Roos. That's on the chest and now goes down the line looking for Mundy, who made a good contest at it. Got it to ground level to cause a stoppage right in front of us centre wing.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a very interesting contest here. Very.
Murray, the former Scoresby man, went up in the ruck for Noble Park. No clear possession at the moment. Tovey tried to barge his way through, was upended. This will result in another ball up.
Interesting matchup. Twist and Tweedy on Ben Marson and at the full forward position. It's going to be an interesting contest between two contrasting footballers, really.
Yeah, well, Tweedy in some really good form at the moment.
Brad Crouch looking for the clearance, but the ball skewed off his boot and ended up out in the full. Looks like the free kick will be paid to Damon Delaney, or is it Markick Smith to be brought back for that one? It was. So East Ringwood to load up a little bit, looking for probably a contested mark down the line. Markick Smith kicks a floater, just fell in front of Tovey, hunting for it at ground level. The Roos, it'll end up in another ball up. We're gone just a minute and a half here at Pat Wright Senior Oval. The Bull Ring, of course, the Noble Park home ground. Henry, just too tall for Murray in that instance. As it's a stoppage-heavy opening couple of minutes at the moment. And we'll see if the weather holds. It might be a fairly stoppage-heavy game if it does not hold up for Blake down there. Dylan Below will be the first to this one, wrapped up immediately by Reardon. And the umpire was happy to pay the free kick. Below hands it off to Delaney. Chiseling ball down the line. Noble nearly got a hand to it, but it spilled out the back. Murray's going to have to bend down for this one. Delaney set himself for this kick. No, went over the back to Below. He just sort of threw himself at the ground, managed to hold possession, but Noble Park will spirit this one away until the intercession of Stuart Donnelly. And we'll have another ball up.
So just 2.5 minutes into this contest, no score just yet. First versus fifth this afternoon, tapped down in front by Murray, who's now wrapped up by Connor Downey. We'll get a ball up in the same position on this side of the ground, the broadcast side.
Home fans certainly let you know you're here when you're the away team.
It didn't take them long, 3 minutes.
I was just asked whether they could be heard. I said, look, I can turn them down, all right?
Yeah, we'll turn them down because I think there'll be a bit of explicit language as the ball comes back out. It was smothered, now picked up by Marek Smith, who is off to the races, now sends the ball inside 50, out the back, trying to muscle his way through was Fox. Gave away the free kick in the process.
Umpire in really good position there to pay that free kick too.
So Noble Park now off the half-back line. We'll send it right where it came from. Underneath this one's Marson, so's Murray. Delaney is first to the footy, but wrapped up.
And that's the kick that East Ringwood will want. They'll want that Noble Park kick going directly down that line to try and cause that turnover.
It's certainly got the height. advantage today, do the Roos. Tovey involved. First look at him. And he's wrapped up in the tackle by Crouch. And it's fascinating.
Great fillip for Noble Park to have Couch in the spot the side.
Tremendous for the experience of this playing group.
As well, Sam Gilbert, a couple of ex-Saints as it's socket across the line there by Waitman, and we'll get a boundary throw in.
Well, you just feed off it if you're a young player playing in this sort of team with those sort of quality players.
And then you got Lockie McDonald, who's had a fantastic season for Noble Park. He's probably be their best player. I reckon he'd be leading their best and fairest quite comfortably at the moment.
I
He's
agree.
up there in medal contention for the Chandler.
They've been a standout this year. Here's Waitman. High kick, tapped forward by Murray. Falls into the hands of Gilbert, who's wrapped up. Got the kick away just in time towards the boundary side. There's Crouch, so they're both getting involved. Crouch's kick towards the half-forward line, spoiled over the line by Delaney, and we'll get a boundary throw in right in front of us.
Promising start by Noble Park. They're matching East Ringwood one-on-one, and they're splitting roughly 50-50 on the stoppages as well. And when they get the ball, they're moving it quite quickly.
Yeah.
Back into play. They bump off each other, the two ruckmen do. It's going to be another ball in as Connor Waitman couldn't control it. It's right out here in front of us.
Yeah, the forwards for Noble Park just got to continue with that forward pressure and that intensity.
So back into play. Henry will go up in the ruck for the Roos against Gilbert. Crouch sharked it, but was tackled immediately. Yet another stoppage coming here as East Ringwood and Noble Park hand-to-hand combat early on. We've gone 5.5 minutes. No score so far on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Henry, good tap down to Waitman. Waitman will find a 3-on-2 situation in favour of Noble Park. So they, with the numbers, get it away through Taborski. Long kick inside forward 50. And it was cleaned up by Tweedy. He was able to find the exit kick in Sam Walsh. Hemmed in a little bit here at his left back flank. Was able to find a contest, but a good punch away came from Kane Marshall. And once more, we'll have a boundary throw in right in front of us.
Just closing down all the exits at the moment, Noble.
Gilbert against Henry again. Henry this time just takes it out of the ruck, using his height to his advantage. Broderick, however, was able to get it. Ball spills loose. Henry gets the handball away. Walsh juggles it. Ended up in a tackle, though, wasn't fast enough, and McInerney was able to wrap him up. Henry again taps it right down to McInerney, though. Tovey hunting for it, ends up with Seymour, and his kick was smothered out of bounds by Marshall. And we'll have another ball in.
So no score still yet. We've played almost 7 minutes into this first quarter. The ball to be brought back into play once again. Henry using his height advantage to tap that down the throat of Marcus Kane, but couldn't provide any space, and he's wrapped up, so we'll do it all again. Going up in the ruck against him is Sam Gilbert, as we've said. Here's Waitman now going forward for the Roos. Out the back, getting a fist to it, Fox. Fell into the hands of Murray, who handballed it backwards before they go forward and across the line. Getting a hand to it first was Marson before it crossed over. So we'll get a boundary throw in about 70 out from the East Ringwood goals. Thanks for joining us on Radio East and 98.1 FM this afternoon, or our Facebook and YouTube streams. Premier Division footy and a preview of finals with East Ringwood and potentially Noble Park with the way they're going. The handball there from McInerney. Ball comes out stolen by the Roos, and the kick by Kane was smothered across. In fact, it was out of bounds on the full. No touch there. So I looked down at my paper for a second and I thought that must have been what happened, as Marshall takes the mark here at the half-back line.
So game played between the arcs with plenty of stoppages thus far. Up they go. Bounce off the hands. Nearly to Norris, but Tovey was first to it. Gets handball out into space. Delaney scrubbing kick towards centre half forward. Gathered expertly, however, by Noble. Was able to link up through handballs. And he's run it to the wing now. Manages to get a kick towards the forward line. Leading goal kicker for Noble Park in Josh Stern wasn't able to get there. And boundary line beats him.
Going to be a critical player today, Stern, for them.
Good goal sneak. I believe 19 goals for the season thus far for Josh Stern. Not a high goal kicker for your leading goal kicker at this point in the season. However, definitely handy. McInerney, his kick was smothered. Tovey in there to do the work for East Ringwood. Waitman was involved also. Scrappy stuff.
Is it just me or that the cricket covers are not over the boundary line? They look like they're actually over the boundary line.
It looks, yeah, it actually does look like they're on the field. I'm not sure how accurate that is.
I think they're just tucked under that fence line there.
No, they're on the field, boys.
They are?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Like it's
so,
over the line too.
I know we don't like talking about it, but if someone gets spear tackled on the cricket things, look out.
While there's a ball in here, we'll go to the opening scores.
We've got some scores in Premier down at South Croydon. It's South Croydon 117, a Baldwin 2 behinds, and Berwick and Vermont are 1 straight 6 apiece.
Thanks, Paul, as we're in the middle of the ground here. Big ball to be won. The handball from McInerney came off her hands. It's now back in the hands of Scott McInerney, whose kick works out okay because out the back there is Crouch. Can't quite pick it up and socked across the line by Keedle. And we'll get a boundary throw in on that far side. We've played 10 minutes into this first quarter and we're still yet to get a score for either side.
Nor a shot at goal at all.
I reckon it's probably the longest period, the longest start to a game this season where we haven't had our first score yet.
I reckon
Yeah,
so.
and we're currently about 50 out from the Bulls' goals. This could be an opportunity. The handball was cut off. Following up the tackle there, McDonald, keeping it alive. Picked up now by Reardon towards the goal square, and it's picked off here by the Roos, who want to play this on straight away. The kick out of defence. Didn't find its target, almost did. Norris ended up with the footy, socketed it forward, cut off here by Fairbank, who goes towards centre half forward. And wrapped up in a tackle there was the Roos.
The one thing that
Henry.
one thing that Noble Park have done is they're closing up the space that East Ringwood require to stop them from using the whole width of the ground for run.
Tovey first to it, but ended up in a gang tackle.
And they're so good at it, Brash, just being able to do that space.
Here's a challenge for you, Paul, or maybe the other doyens that we've got on. What's the longest we've gone without a score in the starting quarter? Ever.
Ever.
Markick Smith gets
Research
the clearing kick. Noble, however, was able to pick it up. Hands off to a teammate. Spiralling ball towards centre half forward for Noble Park. Tweedy interceded. Gilbert was there, however, gets the handball away over to McDonald. That's Jordan McDonald. Tovey ended back up with it again. Manages a kick backwards to Delaney. It was smothered, so the mark wasn't actually paid. Markick Smith now just with a desperate kick out towards the wing, just to clear the space. And another ball in over on the outer side. 12 minutes gone, no score on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
Like Edwin Flack, a lot of sides come down here and find it really hard in the opening quarter to measure the length of the ground in terms of how they deliver the ball, especially kicking wise.
East Ringwood now to force it forward. Target is Fox. He's worked his way up the ground. Wonderful mark, however, coming back with Jacob Noble. Short kick to McInerney as they try and spread the ground a little bit. Molinaro the target. Markick Smith too tall for him. Didn't complete the mark, however, and Molinaro was right there to pounce. His kick inside forward 50 was cut off, and a good mark by Harry Nolan. He was able to read the play well there. On to the wing. Punch away by East Ringwood. Delaney, well, he was challenged by his own teammate there, and it was McGowan ended up drawing the free kick for in the back. No, it was a throw in the end, and Molinaro will take the free kick. So he's a kick and a half from goal. And this looks like a potential, not shot at goal for Molinaro, but at least he could try and find an option.
We'll be kicking from outside 50 if he...
I'd be probably trying to hit someone up, to be
Yeah,
honest.
hit a target.
And there is the target, but right in the way was Wetherill.
No one's come even close to a shot on goal in these early stages.
So Wetherill has a short
the
option.
big W, not target.
Delaney, the half-back line here for East Ringwood. He just goes long down the line, see if he can find a target in this one. Big fly, couldn't quite bring it down, could Wetherill. And out of bounds on the full, unless he stepped out of bounds before he kicked it. So
He nearly kicked that from the change rooms.
And
We'll,
Steve Hughes
get
will
a
be
boundary
seeing
throw-in.
this as a big win so
Oh,
far.
absolutely.
Stepped out, boys. Yep, so I'll be a boundary throw-in.
before we get the ball back into play, Paul, you've got a score around the ground.
Some important scores in Div 1. South Belgrave 2-1-13 to Baroni 1 straight 6. And North Ringwood 2 behinds to Park Orchards yet to score.
Thanks, Paul. As the ball brought back into play here. Mundy in front position, got the tap down. Ball going nowhere again, so we're getting another ball up, another stoppage. Centre wing here on the broadcast side, and still no score at 14 minutes played. This Premier Division round 14 clash. The handball back from Broderick. Goes forward now, Dylan Below. Good mark in defence. As Delaney is a short option, he'll take him. He's found plenty of the ball early in this first term. Again, nothing presents itself, so he has a short pass and finds him. That's Connor Waitman. And they're just working this slowly, waiting for something to present itself. That's a good kick. It's a good hit. And Wetherill takes a mark. He looks to play on straight away. Wheels around on the right boot towards the hot spot. Bennell's there, front position, back in the side this week for the first goal of the game. Bounces it through. Jamie Bennell, welcome back. And East Ringwood get there first. 1 straight 6. Noel Park yet to score. We played 15 minutes in the third quarter. On the
I think it might be overturned here. The
hold it
to goal.
Hold it clear. It's 15 minutes gone first turn, Brush.
The value of the long kick.
Yeah, it was a clever play, and Bennell on the end of that, and did the right thing and put the score on the board.
Sorry guys, just a class of Connor Waitman just there, boys. You know, just a nice kick to, I believe it was to Riley Wetherill. And
what was the poise play? Yeah, it was the poise.
The run and carry.
Run and carry, yeah, absolutely.
And Wetherill had the right option as well. Paul in the score centre.
Some important scores in the 5 in Division 2. Wani South 3-1-19 to Heathmont yet to score. And Tempe 1 behind to Surrey Park yet to score.
Cool.
Mundy in the ruck this time going up against Gilbert. Downey ended up laying the tackle, however. Broderick couldn't go anywhere. Interesting to see Mundy take the ruck in this game. It was Wetherill to take the second ruck duties against Doncaster East last week. So Mundy, he's been ruckman. He was tag teaming with Adam Swez-Bullock a couple of years ago.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
And so doing it again here for the Roos. As we get a secondary ball up. Whistle's gone, so Sam Gilbert wins the ruck lotto in this instance. However, Noble Park wanted to take advantage. I'm not sure if it really was, because Noble's kick was under a bit of pressure. Broderick, well, they ended up turning it over, and Hannon Mundy is going to find Josh Fox, easy peasy, at centre half forward.
It's what happens if you fumble or you turn the ball over. East Ringwood pounce because they always have numbers around that contest.
Yeah,
doesn't matter which part of the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Josh Fox, 48 goals for the season. That's a
fair average.
A fair average indeed. Better than last year as well. 39 goals for the whole season of 2024. Personal best was 77 goals for Cheltenham in 2023. So obviously a lethal goal kicker, and he shows it right there. He's bent it right back. Oh, it was just touched on the line, however. Had the accuracy, yet not quite the distance. East Ringwood moved to 1-1-7. Noble Park yet to score.
I reckon the wind pulled that back a little bit there off the goal line.
So now out of defence here, long down towards the middle of the ground. Waitman got boot to ball, got it forward. They've got numbers, plenty here. Picked up by Downey, got the handball over the top. And towards goal, East Ringwood in the pocket there. Couldn't quite take the mark, could Fox. And out of defence here at the moment for Noble Park. They've got no numbers here. Keedle at the back will take the mark on the chest. It was all white jumpers.
You're going to get the
in
repeat
favour of
entry.
East Ringwood as Keedle goes towards the hot spot. Can they get a mark out of this? Stolen away there by Marshall. Kicked a high one up and under, and it's been cut off by the Roos. And will, I would say, be in a range here to have a shot with Sam Walsh. He'll be kicking from 45 to 50 metres out.
I'd be aiming for that
angle.
I'd be aiming for the left goal post, but kicking, making sure that the ball just stays underneath that goal post height.
So Sam Walsh off the right, boot towards goal. It fades well right, but still in play. And Fox is able to take the mark. And there was plenty of Noble Park numbers in front, but no one was able to contest with
And that's
Josh
a problem.
Well, he just read the situation, didn't he?
such a big man that can take a leap as well. Really, really hard to man up on.
So he missed the last set shot, but certainly wasn't a bad effort. Just was touched on the line. This one closer in, so the distance will be no problem, but tougher angle. But with the way he's been kicking this year, you'd back him in to bring the margin out to 13 points in the early stage of this first term. Josh Fox lines up and has missed to the left. So just a minor score. They move to 1-2-8. East Ringwood, Noble Park, no score. 19 minutes gone first term.
Paul, some scores.
In Division 3, Upper Gully, 4-1-25 to Donvale, 2 straight 12. Knox, 5 straight 30 to Coldstream, 1 behind. And Sylvan, 1-1-7 to Scoresby, 1 straight 6.
Straight up the middle with the kick in for Noble Park. It was Nelson at ground level, got it to Riordan. And, well, it was a poor handling of the ball there by Noble Park. In the end, the tackle was laid. And, it was a free kick going the way of Noble Park. So Riordan gets it down. Oh, great mark over the top. Fantastic by Jordan Marson. Took a bit of a ride there. And this will be Noble Park's first true shot at goal.
Yeah, interesting kick, good kick, long kick, and it was a great mark, and now a chance to get on the scoreboard after the last 5 minutes where they've certainly haven't had possession of the ball.
Believe it or not, Jared, it was probably a kick made for a taller forward, not a small forward.
It was indeed. Sort of set it up on the top of, I think it was Delaney, he took that over. So Jordan Marson to come in. This would really set the Noble Park fans at ease, but he's not quite done that with just the one behind. But you're seeing the longer kicks become effective in this game. They're sort of saying stuff at the players. Noble Park taking a leaf out of East Ringwood's book. Let's go down to Blake Tennant.
I was kind of happy that one missed.
Why?
He's got money on the first goal kicker. There's something here that he's put money on. We'll go to the scores in just a moment around the grounds. But here's Tuvey, got the handball over the top here for the Roos and wrapped up. We'll go to the scores quickly. Score.
In Div 4, Whitehorse 2-3-15 to Inside Park, 2 straight 12. And Kilsyth 2-1-13 to Warrandyte, 2 straight 12.
Fox got the tap down. Henry, should I say, is the ball. His hand passed across the line, and he has actually got money on the first goal kick, I think, Blake.
Was that just for Noble Park?
Responsibly.
I don't know.
Scott McInerney. McInerney, yeah, that's the one.
You've been with the Noble Park faithful putting bets on pre-game. I'm not
Hopefully
sure if that's
the
okay.
integrity officer isn't listening.
Is Henry?
Yeah, hopefully it's a legal.
Just dropped it, and that'll be a free kick to Sam Gilbert.
Yeah, he gave it to Tovey there.
That's right. Blake's not employed with us.
You were looking to play on. You're lucky you didn't call play on.
Yeah, he was nearly collected by the East Ringwood player then.
So here's Gilbert, who sells the candy and now sends them long into attack. There's a lot of Roos in front. And out the back, taking the mark, using his body well. And Noble Park here will play on straight away. And the goal is kicked. And finishing that off now is Matthew Nelson, who gets his first and Noble Park's first. 1-1-7 the Bulls. East Ringwood 2-2-14.
Brush, they've been coming the last couple of minutes, haven't they? They've looked like they're going to kick a goal, and they finally got it because they've had the ball down in their 50 in their area. So that's a really important step forward for them, particularly when they've had a lot of the ball in this early part of the game.
But I also think both sides have decided that it's enough of this dilly-dallying and chip passing around the ground. Let's go more direct.
Yeah.
And both sides in the last 10 minutes have thrown that caution to the wind, and now the scoring's starting to open up.
Holding free kick. We'll go to some scores in a moment, but we'll see what results of this. Noble Park, as you say, Brush, they are looking to go more direct. Telling his players to clear out the space. This was McDonald, I believe. Kicks it straight to the hot spot, but good mark. Intercepted by Nolan, I believe.
They actually ran away from the contest there, Noble Park.
Nolan looks to play on, kicks it to the outer side, but straight to Noble.
He's been good early, Noble.
He has. Read the play well thus far.
Yeah, he's got a bit of talent.
Centre half forward, Nelson! Sticky hands. Matthew Nelson just kicked the goal and will line up for his second.
Well, they're getting the entries and they're giving themselves every opportunity, so...
It's been like...
they're lively.
Yep.
Well, they're putting pressure on the East Ringwood defence, and I think that's the thing for the Bulls at the moment, that forward line. They've just got to do that.
13 minutes of nothingness, and then 5 minutes each side have dominated.
Yeah.
This will be goal number 16 for the year for Matthew Nelson if he's able to drive it home. We're riding it home, but he's just let it fade out to the left.
Importantly, he kicked the first goal for Noble Park, which rules Blake out of his winning.
Multi.
As Tweedy
donation to the Club Noble.
Yes, Tweedy comes out of the defence. Big fly, and the mark is taken by Henry. He is a big boy. Yes, I was just about to say that. He's got a lot of height on him.
He's got me covered.
We can say that pretty confidently as he goes down the line and getting in front of his teammate there. Murray probably spoiled it away from him, but they've got all the numbers through the middle. Nelson towards centre half forward. Marston flew again, couldn't bring it down. And East Ringwood now look to clear it out just in steady hands, but the long kick towards centre wing. They'll be hoping for the boundary because the numbers are all there in favour of Noble. Stern inside 50.
Beautiful.
Hits up Marston. That is a beautiful kick. And the perfect lead and a great opportunity now for Jordan Marston to go back and kick the Bulls second. But it had to be, that's a perfect kick, really. Hit the spot.
He had Broderick short. The Fairbank was actually telling him to go to Broderick, but he said, no, stuff that. I know what I'm doing.
See, Josh Chavey's become a crowd favourite here at Noble Park this afternoon.
So Jordan Marston been involved early, taking a great mark and looking for his first. That stays left. And it's just going to be a minor score. So Noble Park do hit the lead, 1-3-9 to East Ringwood 1-2-8 as we go around the grounds.
Back in Premier, South Croydon 3-2-20 to Bolwyn 1-3-9. Roeville 1-3-9 to Blackburn 1 behind. And Berwick 2 straight 12 to Vermont 1 straight 6.
Cal Norris, well, he's kicked it straight to Jacob Noble. Just put the ball on the ground, however. Wetherill gets a high up and under. It's not going to result in a mark. Fox worked up his way up the ground. Henry, though, back to Wetherill. Just trying to find some space, but the kick skewed off his boot. Oh, it's going to stay in somehow. Waitman nearly took the mark. Murray was there, however. Boundary line was his friend.
How did that happen? It was going fully left.
Yeah, it was going straight out in the full.
Did it hit a bird in midair or something?
So inside forward 50 it goes for East Ringwood. Noble Park, they're able to hold firm in defence. Just trying to find that option in the exit. Stern is there to receive the handball. His kick has gone to the middle of the ground. Gilbert, great mark at the highest point of the ball. Is able to switch the play up now. Reardon, dropped what he should have taken. You'd classify that as a setter. Marston again, he's going for it. And he's given away the free kick, pushing the back. Damon Delaney to take it for East Ringwood.
Yeah, Gilbert's starting to create a few issues down at that centre forward position there for Noble Park. His mobility is worrying that.
He's very athletic, Brash, yeah, and he's been that sort of player for a long time.
So Damon Delaney out of defence right in front of us. Hannon looking to spoil that across the line and is successful in doing so. We've played almost 27 minutes gone in this first term and Noble Park lead 1-3-9 to East Ringwood 1-2-8. It won't be long before the quarter time break out here at Pat Wright Senior Oval. The ball brought back into play. Is there a chance for a late goal? We're about 70 out from Noble Park's goals, but Downey looks to clear it forward, and there is your siren. And quarter time here, Noble Park will take a 1 point lead, 1-3-9 to East Ringwood, ladder leaders 1-2-8. The goal kickers, Jamie Bennell kicked East Ringwood's 1 goal, and Matthew Nelson with Noble Park's 1. We're going to take a quick break here and be back here from one of the coaches out on ground level. It's the Eastland match of the round, Noble Park leading by a point.
Outstanding. And our backs held up really well, led by Dill Beeler. I thought he was outstanding. And I think they might have had 15 inside 50s from our stats, and they scored 1 goal. So I thought our pressure was outstanding. Just probably bounced out of our forward line a little bit too much for our liking, but that's something hopefully we can clean up this quarter.
You talked about Josh Fox and how much of an impact he's definitely having, but you weren't happy about your smalls. Is that correct? I think they were listening in. Was that something you want to try and work on as well?
Yeah, I think the ball is pretty predictable where it falls with Foxy. It's either in his hands or in front of him. So we just needed our smalls to put a bit more pressure on and keep it locked in our forward line for a bit more time there. And our defenders had to defend a lot.
No worries. Enjoy the rest of the quarter, Benny.
Thanks there to Ben Osborne with Blake Tennant. We'll be back in the middle before with the first bounce. One more score there from Paul.
And just finishing off those Div 2 scores, Tempe 4-3-27 to Surrey, yet to score, and Ringwood 1-3-9 to Waverley Blues, 1 behind.
So Murray back into the ruck. It's going to be Brad Crouch. Gets the handball to Fairbank, running off the half-back line. Kicks it out wide. The option there is Bauer.
I almost said Sketcher.
Yeah,
9.
Sacrilege.
So the kick came to centre half forward, bounced off hands. Front and centre was Crouch. Bouncing ball. No clear winner at the moment until Langer's hands on it. There was Kane, and he just slaps it out of the defensive area. Mundy would be first to it, but wasn't able to handle it. Noble Park linking up with handballs through Marshall. And now Murray. And it was a very short kick, but the mark taken. And Noble Park now to try and navigate their way through the defensive pressure of East Ringwood. Pack forms from that kick. Bounced off hands once more. East Ringwood just regaining possession there through Kane, but drowning in the tackle. Holding the ball. So good pressure at Noble Park. Reardon to take the free kick. What do they have on offer? It's going to have to be a canny kick, I think, to be able to hit up a mark here. The East Ringwood Tools, they rule the air. But Noble Park haven't been worried about that too much thus far. This time, Below, Delaney, sorry, this is Below, kicks it out on the full, and it'll come right back through Lachlan McDonald. Right under the scoreboard, which reads Noble Park 139, East Ringwood 128. 1.5 minutes gone in this second quarter at the Bull Ring. The kick comes to the forward line, punched away. Hunting for it. Down there is Stern. Might have... he's appealing for a free kick there, but it'll just be the boundary throw-in.
They're getting the re-entries enough, the Bulls. They just aren't getting bang for their buck with scores, but that's due to the fact as what Ben mentioned in that interview, but they are defending well the Roos at the moment.
So can they lock it now inside their forward half? Gilbert in front position. The ball comes out. Waitman looks to get the kick away in time. Now on towards the far side. They link up again through Kane. And the ball goes forward. Cut off here by Noble for the Bulls. The pressure from both sides have been really good. It's going to be held up here, and we'll get a ball up on that far side. Out here at Pat Wright Senior Oval. 2.5 minutes gone in this second term. 139 plays 128. Noble Park leading. Tap forward from Murray. Waitman almost was held. Got Reardon to compete with now, who slides into this one, and the ball is going nowhere between these two. So right in front of the boundary line, we'll get a ball up as we go to the score centre.
Yeah, in Div 3, Upper Gully 6-2-38 to Donvale's 3 straight 18. Knox 7-2-44 to Coldstream, 1 behind. Sylvan 4-3-27 Scoresby 1-4-10.
No.
Ferntree Gully 7-4-46 to Oakley District, 1 behind. And the Basin 2 straight 12 to Fair Park, yet to score.
Brashy's amused by a couple of those results as we get a ball up on the far side. Some talking points for later. Kane involved here. He's picked it off. His opposition has just drops it too across the line. We'll get a boundary throw. And anything else from Division 4?
In Div 4 at the moment, Churnside 3-2-20 to Whitehorse 2-3-15. Kilsyth 4-2-26 to Warrandyte, 3 straight 18, and nothing from Forest Hill, Bulleen, Templestowe yet.
So Gilbert got the handball away. Crouch chasing this one, but he's over and out that boundary line once more.
Might be lucky, Paul. Might not get anything from that game this afternoon. Forest Hill. And
we haven't had anything from Mitch and Donny East yet either, so...
Oh, well.
I'm sure we'll get some listeners at those games.
Henry head and shoulders above Gilbert, but Gilbert sort of One out there. East Ringwood, though, recover the ball. Tumbling kick forward towards Mundy off his hands. Murray. Mundy was able to scoop it back up, and Fox is the target. Good defensive work, and it's Noble at ground level. Gets it out to Bauer. As the clamps were about to close, gets the kick away to Molinaro. Had to take it on the hard volley. Was able to kick it towards the centre of the ground. Two Bulls spoil each other, and Mundy was able to capitalise, come across and take the mark. Kicks it back inside forward 50. Wetherall's got 2 to beat. Just out of his hands. Has to bend down to pick it up. Confronted by McInerney.
He's gone.
And he has been caught. No. Not
Very
quite.
lucky there, I reckon.
I would say so. And boundary
Boundary.
throw in. Let's go down to Blake Tennant.
Yeah, just as what Ben Osborne was just saying there, you just saw there, Fox just tried to fist that one through, but the smalls of East Ringwood just aren't getting to the ball enough, and Noble Park defenders is playing really well, knowing where Fox is at the ground.
Yeah, putting the squeeze on at the moment.
And that's because East Ringwood's forward pockets are pushing too far up the ground because they're struggling with the length of the ground at the moment, Blake.
So hand-to-hand combat at the moment. Tovey's not going to escape there.
Completely agree there, Brash. And there's a tiny little bit, not sprinkling sort of rain at the moment down here at the ball ring. So there you go.
Conditions about to become a bit slick. So skills will be at a premium if this rain continues. Another ball up.
They're being really disciplined, aren't they, Brash, the Bulls' defence at the moment?
Not doing anything wrong.
No.
Murray with the tap. McDonald, fresh airy. Was able to bounce into Markick Smith. McDonald turned tackler with Stern.
It's exactly the same game plan that they bought against Baldwin early in the season, Spider. It's just going to be a matter now of how long they can keep this game plan up.
Yeah, it's been tremendous buy-in over the last 6 weeks just to hold their nerve with it.
Umpire's blown the whistle, and he's just going to bring it back for the ball up. Up goes Mundy, gets the tap down. Trying to bustle his way through. The East Ringwood player there in Downey.
Around the grounds.
Yeah, some important Div 1 scores are Park Orchards 3-8-26 to North Ringwood 1-4-10 and South Belgrave 2-2-14 to Boronia 1-2-8.
3-8. Jeez. Just shows you how many times they're getting it in the inside 50 there, Park Orchards.
So the second quarter has very much started like the first, stoppage after stoppage. McInerney, however, read that well. Scrubby kick, however, onto the wing. Stern tackles, and we'll have another ball up out there. 7 minutes gone in their second quarter. It's still 9-8 in favour of Noble Park.
Just see where the Roos are missing James Bulow at the moment, can't you?
Yeah, they've got the extraction.
Blood rule.
Looks like Crouch is coming off, potentially.
There's another bloke over
Reardon,
there.
I think.
Yep.
Do you know who that is?
Reardon, I believe.
Yeah, I'll try to chase that one up. There's two.
The thing is, they're all coming off.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Full rotation.
Just on this, we're 7 minutes into the second quarter, 139 to 128. There is going to be a stage potentially in this quarter where one side will break it open, and at this stage, who would you favour that towards, Spider?
Oh, we always lean towards East Ringwood, but Noble are doing everything right at the moment from a stoppage point of view.
Well, here they go again, East Ringwood trying to break through the clearance. Two got hands to it first, socket off the ground by Broderick, and now it's cut off again by East Ringwood. McGowan involved, late inclusion. Downey tapping it forward, cut off here by the Bulls, and bouncing ball, and they might be out. Out the back there is Stern, picks it up nicely, can have the set shot on goal, hit up a target, got players out everywhere, went through the legs of Marson, did enough, spun around the right, put it through for Noble's second. There's claims that it was touched, but the umpire has said all clear, and the goal is kicked by Jordan Marson, and Noble Park moved to 2-3-15 to East Ringwood 1-2-8.
Well, they've dominated the play in the opening stanza of this quarter. They have to make hay while the sun shines whilst they've got the momentum, because as we've just alluded to, there's going to come a time where East Ringwood are going to get their moment. So every goal and point that Noble Park can take when it's going their way, they've got to take it.
Yeah, it's going to be valuable, and that stoppage work too was really good. Just the way they were able to grind their way forward and create that scoring opportunity.
Reardon was with the blood injury as well, boys.
Thank you very much, Blake. Crouch gets the clearance, bouncing ball at centre half forward. Hunting it is Marson.
Free kick, I
Free
reckon.
kick's been paid. And it's going to go, well, advantage paid as well for Noble Park. And the mark's been taken in the forward pocket. And it looks like this is, I'm going to say Josh Stern.
Yep.
So 19 goals for the season to Josh Stern.
He's been busy, hasn't he, Josh Stern?
Yeah, he's been good, yeah.
It was his kick that set up a shot at goal earlier that went to Marson. Marson missed, unfortunately, but getting involved.
He's got big shoes to fill with that jumper number.
Very deliberate run in. He's just skimmed it across the face of goal, and it will end up as one behind, 2-3-15 to 1-2-8 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Let's go around the grounds with Paul Uconi.
Yeah, in Div 2, the top two sides are winning the grand jackpot at the moment. Wani South 7-1-43 to Heathmont 2 straight 12, and Tempe 4-3-27 to Surrey 1 straight 6.
Here's Henry. Went out without it. Dylan Billow picks it up. Handballed over the top. Weatherall and Waitman's there. Waitman might just handball it to himself if he picks it up cleanly. Can't quite. It is slippery out there. Weatherall's there to help. The Bulls have got some numbers as well. One of them, Quaif, who's been awarded a free kick against him, and it is going the way of Weatherall, who right in front of us, the outside 50. Tough kick from here with the angle considered as well.
And the wind just picked up.
But he is a beautiful kick of the football. And
I
don't
think it'll be too long before the lights come on, gents.
It doesn't look like, it certainly looks like he might take the set shot from here. So he lines up. We're right behind this one. Weatherill, kick on its way, stays right and sneaks through just for a minor score. And that moves East Ringwood to 139. Noel Park 2-4-16. 11 minutes gone, second term.
And just quickly, another Div 2 score and a side trying to keep their finals chances alive. Croydon are currently up against Mulgrave. Croydon 3-6-24 to Mulgrave 1-1-7.
Fairbank set a task for Broderick. Broderick was equal to it. It was only a short kick. Oh no, smothered by Weatherall, the man on the mark. Fairbank had to react quickly. Broderick trying to make up for his mistake. East Ringwood, no clean possession just yet. Good tackle laid by Noble. Disaster averted.
Yep. One bullet dodged.
But it's still a stoppage here in East Ringwood's forward line. So there is a chance. Tovey taps it. It's Bennell around the body. The bounce did not favour him at all, and Taborski can breathe a sigh of relief as he watches it just go over for a behind.
Just been a couple of let-offs there for Noble Park, a couple of turnover and a couple of skill errors.
So Crouch taking the kick in here for the Bulls. We'll switch it towards the far side. Strong mark by Fairbank. Out the half-back line here for Noble Park. Leading this game by a goal, 2-4-16 to 1-4-10. Not much ahead of him. As the short option to McDonald, who takes the mark on the chest. Had a fantastic season as Lachlan McDonald. And again, the slow play, nothing.
He's got no one to kick it to.
This is a bit more stagnant than before.
Certainly, so
but I actually don't mind
to go
the slow
long
play.
down the line. Big fly, Tuvey got hands to it. Couldn't quite bring it down. Involved again there, Downey. Picked up by Molinaro and wrapped up in the tackle. Quickly around the grounds.
In Div 3, Upper Gully 6-3-39 to Donvale 5-1-31. Knox 7-2-44 to Coldstream, 2 behinds, and Sylvan 7-5-47 to Scoresby 1-5-11.
Fairbank inside 50. Marson chasing this one. Just got the handball away in time. Here's Gilbert breaking away off the left boot. Sneaking through for a minor score.
Should have hit up McDonald there.
Missed opportunity there for the Bulls. 2-5-17 to East Ringwood. 1-4-10. 13 minutes gone, second term.
Yeah, had the chances, didn't he, Brush there?
Yeah, you sort of feel like that Noble probably should be a couple more goals in front, I reckon.
They should
on the balance of the play.
Yeah, they have left a few goals in the shed, haven't they?
Yeah.
But I don't mind the slow plays at times from Noble. I think they're really frustrating East Ringwood.
Delaney long kick just onto the wing. Great mark, however. And Noble Park, they've set up this iron curtain. Taborski was the main man in this case. They play on with handballs and kick it to centre half forward. However, it's going to come right back. Now, East Ringwood, floating ball towards their forward line. Bennell, he's out on his own. He's got so much space to work in. Noble tried to close the distance, but Bennell didn't mind. He kicks East Ringwood second and his own second as well.
Yeah, well, fantastic end-to-end transition and out the back. He was there, and he's been good in his return, obviously, today with the 2 goals so far, and it probably hurts Noble Park because they've been, as you said, Brash, potentially 1 or 2 goals that they've left on the table. So it seems the way it goes. You don't put
it's
through
just
your
the turnovers,
opportunities.
Ryan. It's just simple as that. When you turn the ball over and it turns back the other way, it pays dividends on the scoreboard, and Benell equal to the task.
So back in the middle again, 2-5-17 playing 2-4-16. 14.5 minutes gone, second term on the Bendigo scoreboard. We'll get the ball up as Gilbert goes up and gets front position in front of Mundy. McDonald chasing this one, picked it up nicely, got the handball over the top, just into space in front of Marson. The handball back from Molinaro as the kick was smothered. Big opportunity here for the Roos to get it off on the turnover, but Stern follows up the mistake with the tackle, and we'll get a ball up on that far side, just around the grounds quickly.
In Div 4, Churnside 5-3-33 to Whitehorse 3-3-21, and Kilsyth 6-3-39 to Warrandyte 3 straight 18.
Out the back here is Stern, got numbers behind him. Tarburski wrapped up in the tackle. They'll be holding the ball. Free kick to the Roos. Weatherall will use the play on advantage. And now towards the half-forward line. Fox is there. So is Benell. He's dangerous, but this time he's going nowhere because he is wrapped up and not given any space. So the ball up on the arc.
Yeah, closed in the
East
fast
Ringwood's
play there.
Forward 50. Mundy and Gilbert again go at it. It's picked up by Broderick. Broderick's kicked down the line. Flying with that one. Got the fist at the back was Nolan, which worked out well for the Roos. They go forward again, but picked off by Bodie Lambert just before it went a bit out of bounds on the full. He's got Nobles, a short option in the back pocket for the Bulls. Can switch the play potentially, or can just go down the line again. And that's what he'll do. Noble towards a big pack of players in front position. Mundy, great mark. Did he have enough of it? Not quite.
Just
the umpire has
He's either paid the mark,
I think it was out of.
or he's gone out in the full.
But while they have that discussion, just quickly.
Just quickly, got our first score from Walker Park for the day at quarter time. Donny East 3-1-19 to Mitcham 2-2-14.
So Mundy got the free kick. He took the mark. It was paid, and he's hit up Weatherall, the juggle, but was able to bring it down. And now Riley Weatherall can go back and have his set shot on goal. Pretty much the same type of shot from this side, just on the opposite forward flank. A little bit closer, but it's a tough angle. And again, he's a great kick of the footy, so certainly wouldn't surprise me if he puts this through. Riley Weatherall, great kick off the boot, and it's just missed. So a minor score, and that moves East Ringwood to 2-5-17. Noble Park 2-5-17. Scores level with 7.5 minutes gone, second term.
Lockie Quaife to bring this in. Fascinating arm wrestle of a game. Both sides not minding to dig trenches and fight within them. Quaife, floating ball. Gilbert, the target, came over the top. Markick Smith, however, roved it. Kicks it to a very dangerous spot. Benell was there, coming over the top. There was excellent spoil by Lambert. Benell recovered well and kicks his third.
Ever the opportunist.
Oh, it's been the story of the day at the moment for East Ringwood.
Yeah.
He's so dangerous up forward.
Well,
Right?
he's the difference in the game at the moment between the two teams. He's very busy. He's very creative up forward, and he's really getting to the contest when he needs to. And ultimately, he's been able to hit the scoreboard.
I would say Tobin Brothers goal of the day leaderboard.
Yep.
Yeah, at the moment.
Yep.
And that's the thing. I mean, like I said, Noble Park once again have probably dominated probably 75% to 80% of the play in the quarter, but they don't have enough to show for it.
Yeah, there are just some areas where they just haven't been able to be polished enough to get the ball into their, not with the full territory game.
Another stoppage here in the middle.
That being said, they probably can be thankful that the two East Ringwood, Weatherall and Fox, haven't really had an impact in the game yet.
Yep.
So the handball from Reardon got it off to Stern, who kicks towards the half-forward line here for the Bulls, slipping over the wrong top. Donald. And we'll get a ball up, but right where the Bulls want it, just outside their forward 50, opportunity to get one back themselves. They're right in this contest as we almost enter time on in this second term.
Yeah,
Gilbert
critical time.
Tap down, going nowhere. Umpire letting play on just a little bit before he says, give it to me.
And one thing Noble Park have also been able to do, they've taken Tovey out of the equation a little bit as well. He's not getting his hands on the ball.
The ball comes back out, falls into the hands of Stern, who just couldn't quite pick it up. Fumbling forward there is Tovey, who's able to break through. An important possession there as Kane got it off, and now they go forward through Downey towards the half-forward line. Big ball to be won. Couldn't quite take the mark, could pick up. Out the back is Noble. Handball just in hope in the end. It still manages to fall into his hands as they link up through Marshall. Back out to Quave. Steps around his opposition. Hits up Marston. That's a great kick. So Marston now. That's a poor kick though. That's a turnover. Right into the hands of Walsh. Underdid the kick and a bit of miscommunication there as Walsh looks to pass it off to Delaney. Got Beeler over the top. Bouncing in front of him. He's able to pick it up cleanly. Now runs himself into trouble. Bodie Lambert.
Yeah, good call.
Couldn't step around Lambert, and Lambert now looks to use the corridor. Sport from behind there by Henry. Back to Lambert, who picked it up off the spoil. Noble Park moved forward through Bauer. Marson there, couldn't quite take it. Gilbert tries to go with a don't argue. Over the handball away from Broderick to Nelson, who has a flying shot on goal, which is out of bounds on the full. No score there around the grounds.
In Premier South, Croydon 6-4-40 to Bowen 4-5-29. Rowville 4-6-30 to Blackburn 2-6-18. And Berwick 5-2-32 to Vermont 3-2-20.
Noble Park are probably going to be looking at that South Croydon game against Baldwin with a lot of interest as the Bulldogs make their charge late into the season. Henry was able to scrounge it at ground level. Hannon Mundy, his kick was completely affected by the tackle, so it's come to Noble, kicks it to the hot spot. What do Noble Park have there? No, it's all East Ringwood. Mark taken by McGowan. Now they play on East Ringwood. They want to go quickly through Keedle. Just marches down the wing, manages to kick it to Fox. Jones is playing Fox really well this game. He's going to have to tackle him there. No, Jones couldn't do that, and it's come now to East Ringwood. Flying kick to Waitman. Marks it on the arc. He's going to look for options. Into the pocket. Bennell's there. Noble. Jacob Noble. He's played one hell of a game down back. Read the play excellently and has taken yet another intercept mark. He'll set it up to the pack. Good mark taken there by Nelson. Matt Nelson, he's kicked one goal for the day. Now playing up the ground a little bit. Searching for options. The corridor doesn't look to be available at the moment for the Bulls, so he'll send it down the line once more. The Flyers fly, it's going to spill out the back. So it came to Tweedy in the end. Mundy was able to outpoint his man Taborski. Taborski couldn't keep his feet. Mundy still pressured, however. Noble's there again. And nearly with the flight of the ball, nearly took it. It's landed in the hands of Bennell. Another shot at goal. That's got to be a Tobin Brothers goal of the day contender.
That is goal of the day.
And he has kicked 4.
Unbelievable, really. This is a beautiful snap.
Yeah, that's
class.
Yeah.
What's going up with his top?
Yeah, I was confused there by which team he might have been playing for.
So 4-5-29 to 2-5-17.
I think
So he's kicked 4 and
He's kicked all 4 of
I
their
think he
goals.
scores around the grounds.
I think, sorry, Paul, before you go, I think he was just wearing the undershirt, boys. So, because it is a bit cold, so I think that's what you were asking for, boys.
Yeah,
Back in the middle again.
we were.
So
I don't know what happened there, a little bit of a blank there.
So we've got a ball up in the middle of the ground. Tapped down by Henry. As the ball comes back out and towards centre wing. A big tackle laid there, and it's all
Should have got a free
East
kick
Ringwood
there.
at the moment. It's been the Bennell show. He's kicked 4 goals for the game.
And it's been off the back of turnover as well.
So tapped down again by Henry. McDonald, handball towards the boundary side. Kept alive by Crouch and out of bounds on the full. So important couple of minutes here for Noble Park. Got to settle before the half-time siren.
Yeah, it's got to hang on here.
Yeah, they don't want to go in 3 goals down here, Noble Park.
So East Ringwood now, they're really threatening here to stretch the margin once more, continuously on the attack at the moment. It's all Noble Park here in this contest. They all fly. Oh, but one of the two East Ringwood men took the mark, and this is going to be Wetherill. He's had a couple of shots at goal so far this game. They have been difficult shots. He's missed
That was really
each of them. Go on.
That was really poor there by Noble Park. Six blokes going up for the mark, no one down, and Wetherill just timed it, and it just fell into his lap, really.
Yeah, just all over committed.
Riley Wetherill kicks it from the arc. Is he going to slot this one? Yes, he is. And now East Ringwood are starting to build a lead in the shadows of half-time.
Yeah, it's starting to look like they could nearly open this game right up, so Noble really got to be careful here. They've done a lot of things right up until this period, but just some turnover games, and there's some opportunities where they've over-committed Brash, particularly down back with a number of those players flying for that last contest, which opened the gate for another shot at goal.
Yeah, look, and you could tell the senior guys, when they walked away from that contest, they were shaking their head because they exactly knew what they did wrong.
Yeah, so they've just got to learn from that, but this is a real important part of the game.
Well, you're right now. 5-5-35 to 2-5-17. Biggest margin of the game thus far, a 3-goal margin. What can Noble Park do to steady the ship?
Free kick there, push.
Giving away the free kick has earned Henry. So the ball will come back in towards the middle of the ground, and Murray will take this.
They need the next goal, I would think, Noble Park, just on the half-time, just to steady themselves.
Well, just don't concede a goal. That's what they've got to do here.
So here's Noble running forward now inside 50, out the back or in front position. Couldn't quite grab it there as the ball comes out to Below, wrapped up, and we'll get a ball up inside 50 for Noble Park.
And East Ringwood will probably try and lock it up in the last few minutes, not take any chances and play the percentages.
Yep, let's take heat out of the game.
Tuvey, the clearance out of defence towards that far side. Kane involved there. So it's Crouch at ground level. We'll get another ball up. It was Connor Downey wrapped up in the tackle. It's a 3-goal margin. 27 minutes gone second term. Thanks for joining us on Radio Eastern 98.1 FM and our Facebook and YouTube streams. Handball over the top from Marshall towards the boundary side. East Ringwood with some numbers. They'll move the ball forward. Out the back is Noble, bouncing into his hands, luckily, because he's got Wetherill right there. They aren't clean with the footy, and we'll get a stoppage just outside East Ringwood's forward 50.
2-5-17. That's Noble Park, East Ringwood, 5-5-35, 27 minutes gone, and there is the halftime siren. So thank you so much for joining us here on the EFNL Eastland Match of the Round. It's, as I said, Noble Park 17, East Ringwood 35. Jamie Bennell with 4 goals, Riley Wetherill with 1, that's East Ringwood, and 1 goal for Jordan Marson and Matthew Nelson as well for Noble Park. We'll be back on the other side of this for the halftime show, so do not miss that.
As Sarah opened her best friend Jackie's wedding invitation, she was overcome with a wave of emotion. While her 2 young boys wrestled on the floor, tears of happiness rolled down Sarah's
into Eastland. Eastland's more than a shopping centre. They support a range of community organisations and have been a major partner of the EFNL since 2018. Cheers, Eastland.
You are listening to Radio Eastern FM 98.1.
With live and exclusive coverage of the EFNL football season. Bringing you the match of the day with score updates from all divisions.
And now we cross to our commentary team for the Radio Eastern 98.1 Match of the Day coverage.
Welcome back to Pat Wright Senior Oval. Noble Park taking on East Ringwood. And at half-time, it's 5-5-35. The Roos leading Noble Park 2-5-17. We're about to go for this second half out here at Pat Wright Senior Oval. Jamie Bennell being the star of the show. He kicked 4 of the Roos 5 as they take a 3-goal lead into this second half. And back in the middle again, Henry up against, it's actually been a free kick here awarded to Waitman. Out of the middle as Tuvey as the short option to his right. Back towards the middle of the ground. Cut off by Stern, got a fist to it. Going back, Crouch. Handball back in towards the corridor, picked up by the Roos. Tuvey inside 50, and now Noble Park can rebound with the inset mark.
Cut off by Harley Fairbank there it was. Just prevaricating a little bit in the back line, and it ended up as a kick towards Bauer, but way out in front of him and over the boundary line.
Really important here that Noble Park don't concede the opening 2 goals here. Otherwise, the game could slip away from them very quickly.
Yeah, the floodgates could open. Yeah,
absolutely.
Just a quick score they've got here from Blackburn and Roval. Ryan, Blackburn have just gone Wooshka 8-10-58 to Roval 4-8-32.
Wow, big stuff there.
Bit of territory gained from that contest for Noble Park, but little else. Another boundary throw in. So, Henry against Murray in the ruck contest. Falls in front of them, but Fairbank gets it to McDonald. That's Lockie McDonald. Leading up at the ball was Gilbert, though. It eluded him, and Noble Park will get a stoppage in their forward pocket.
So, Brash, the Bulls here, they just want to do what they did simultaneously in the first quarter.
But they've got to score.
But they've got to score.
We're able to see them do that against Baldwin. Let's see if they can outfox East Ringwood similarly for a couple of quarters and maybe not have the final quarter they had against Baldwin. Scrubby ball towards the goal square. The goalkeepers were there for East Ringwood. It came away through, that was Donnelly, and the mark's been taken.
Wetherall.
By Wetherall.
It's been good.
Searching for options. Noble Park trying to gum up the ground a little bit. And Murray as well. Read the ball well. Sticky hands. Wanting to play on also. Noble Park to switch the ball. That's a dangerous kick. Markick Smith was able to capitalise on that. He's going to take a shot at goal. This could be the first of the quarter for East Ringwood. What a mistake by Noble Park. They let that one through where they really shouldn't have.
It's that turnover again, Spider.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what we've just been talking about. It's that, once you turn the ball over, you just leave yourself open. The ball's coming back with interest, and you're going to pay the ultimate price. And East Ringwood they just make you pay on the scoreboard.
And that was a 1-on-5 in the end, and the one won it.
East Ringwood 6-5-41, Noble Park 2-5-17 ball.
And it's where you make
towards the centre of the square, and a four-goal margin is now putting the Roos in the box seat for this one. What sort of response can we get from Noble Park here? Back in the middle again, won by Waitman. Waitman's clearance forward too. He's, in fact, standing underneath that one was Seymour. The Bulls with some numbers, handling towards the centre of the ground. Picked off that time by Donnelly. We'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. 3.5 minutes gone, third term. Thanks for joining us on Radio Eastern 98.1 FM, Facebook and YouTube. Ball comes back down. Tuvey and Fairbank. Fairbank got the handball. Here's Tuvey getting involved early in this third term. In the direction of Fox. Bennell at ground level. He's been dangerous. He's kicked 4 already. This time he's going nowhere when he's been caught for holding the ball. So Noble with the free kick for the Bulls.
To me, that was more a ball up, not a free kick.
Yeah, I agree.
Jacob Noble takes as much distance as possible. Murray was there. It came down to Molinaro. Crouch, he's going to have to work this one out. Murray, a little bit cumbersome in that contest, and his kick was intercepted immediately by McGowan. Kicks it towards centre half forward for the Roos. Seymour gets a handball away. It was speculative. Put Wetherall under pressure. And the ball up will come.
Just a small update for you on that Lilydale East Burwood game. I have my own contacts as well, and it is still going.
Yeah, it was 4 goals 7 to 1 goal 3 at half time. I actually made a call to some key people at East Burwood, and they've confirmed that game is still in progress.
Well, I tried Gary Winder, but he's actually in Queensland, so he made calls for me.
Sorry to cut you off there. It says abandoned on Play HQ, so luckily that game's still going, which is good.
Technical issues. Apparently it's 31-9 at the moment.
Yep.
Gilbert was wrapped up there as he tried to lead up to the ball.
Who's winning that game?
East Burwood were winning.
Right.
Yeah, and they kicked with the wind in that quarter.
East Ringwood to get the clearance. Trying to get it back into their half of the ground. It ricochets back, but East Ringwood had the presence there. Numbers with Noble Park on that kick. Bennell is going to pressure his man. Lambert got it to Murray, bounced off an opponent. His handball picked up by Tovey, who's been tackled just about every time he's gone near the ball, as Josh Tovey has not been able to run up ahead of steam like we know he can, and it'll be a ball up.
Yeah, you always get a little bit fearful when you see that word abandonment, because you always think some injury or something's happened, but we're thankful nothing has untoward's happened.
So skirmish out there on the wing. It's not going to go anywhere. It's right underneath the scoreboard, which reads East Ringwood 6-5-41, Noble Park 2-5-17. 6 minutes gone as East Ringwood, as you can see, starting to overpower the Bulls at the moment. Boundary line beats them all.
Yeah, Murray's starting to go up and down in the one area at the moment. He's really struggling. At the moment, Henry is starting to work him over here.
And you can see that once again. However, that ball in favoured Murray. Couldn't quite get a hand to it. So it'll be just taken away there by East Ringwood. A mark taken by Wetherill. Plays on quickly with a handball. Good option was Waitman. Tried to go to Fox, but staying at ground level was Noble Park. Well disciplined at this point. Stern tries the...
good mark.
Tries the exit kick, but Waitman was reading it well. And he'll earn the 25-metre penalty. I think that was a man on the mark infringement. It looked like Waitman played on.
The Noble Park play was a bit hard done by there, because Waitman feigned playing on, and the Noble Park just played to that reaction, and the umpire's been sucker punched there.
Yeah, and he didn't come forward. He went that direction.
Yeah, it's just to the letter of the law that it gets paid. That's.
The bull ring will most likely fall rather quiet if Waitman is going to spear this one home. Oh, the wind's going to do what it wants to with it, but it agreed with Waitman, and he was able to kick the goal.
It was like that other one that came in from the boundary.
I know. There's something going on there wind-wise, just beyond the club rooms.
Might have to get Blake to go for a walk and see if someone's got a turbo fan down there in the corner of the ground.
Well, I think we saw it at the start of the day as well in the first quarter. Did you see that ball, how it looked like he was going for a behind, but then it just turned just automatically the wind's it's heading towards me, so the south, I would say. So nothing much on the left, unfortunately.
But this game now is being played in East Ringwood's forward half, so that's really showing that the danger sides are there now for the Bulls.
7-5-47 plays 2-5-17.
I'm surprised they ran out of Lymel to do the circle there.
No one really wins a tap out. Ball hits the deck. Wrapped up was Quaif, as we'll get secondary ball up. 8.5 minutes gone, third term on the Bendigo scoreboard. Where's the response for Noble Park? They really needed here. Reardon just ran into trouble. Was lucky not to get pinged. Ball over the top from McInerney. Was looking for Gilbert. Running on top here, Waitman has options in front of him. They're going to use them towards the boundary line. Pushed over was Webster. We'll get a boundary throw in centre wing. The broadcast side out here at Pat Wright Senior Oval.
One thing that East Ringwood are doing is they're running harder now. They realise that the game's there for the taking, and they're running that little bit extra above the ground.
Yeah, certainly right. Ball comes out. Crouch getting the handball. Out the back there, Gilbert. Couldn't quite control this one. It's turned over, and now the kick there was smothered by McGowan. And we'll get a ball up back in the middle of the ground just again, as East Ringwood certainly feel like they're right on top of this game, right in control. Tapped in, stolen away here from Noble Park. The clearance towards Marson. Couldn't quite take the mark. Was in front of himself. Molinaro getting involved with Belo there, and once again we'll get another ball up. A stoppage, about 70 out from the Noble Park goals. Sitting fifth on the ladder at this moment. 2 games clear as Crouch sends him back into attack again. Belo pushes past Marson to take the mark on the chest and looks to play on straight away on towards that far side. Standing in front. The mark's taken by Seymour. Seymour for the Roos. Down the line he goes towards centre wing. In front position.
Mark.
Great mark by Jacob Noble, who's been very impressive for the Bulls. To say he's been one of their best
Probably
across the
best
afternoon so far. And he's been awarded a 25-metre penalty, and that's going against Riley Wetherill. And he'll be marched forward as They'll go inside 50 again, and the mark is taken in front position. Taking the mark there is Ben Marson, who can go back and have a shot on goal.
And that's much better, isn't it, Brash? That hit up target, having a look and hits up Marson.
Yep, they need a goal though.
Yeah,
they really do need a goal here.
It's been a long time since their second goal of the game, which was early in the second term. We're now 10.5 minutes into this third quarter. And this would bring the margin back to an even 4 goals. Marson comes in, be kicking from just inside the arc. It's a good-looking kick. It's held its line. It's through the middle, and a much-needed one for the Bulls. Marson gets one back, and they move to 3-5-23. East Ringwood 7-5-47. 11 minutes gone, third term.
And now they've got to go again, Brash. They've got to be able to win the clearance here and see if they can replicate that and get two back-to-back goals.
Not wrong there, Spider.
Yep. Just create some pressure around the game so East Ringwood feel like they're in a contest.
24-point margin now in favour of East Ringwood, of course. Pushing for premiership glory in year 2025. It would be their first premiership in the top grade since 2002 if they were able to make it. The clearance work is starting to go their way also. Was able to get it into the forward 50, but Jones was there for Noble Park, fighting with Fox. Boundary line wins out. Let's go for some scores with Paul Ukoni.
Yeah, in Premier at the moment, Donny East 7-6-48 to Mitcham 3-3-21. South Croydon 7-7-49 to Bowen 6-5-41. Blackburn 8-10-58 to Rowville 4-8-32. And Berwick 7-3-45 to Vermont 5-4-34.
Thank you very much, Paul, as we'll have another another ball up on the arc of East Ringwood's forward line. Tovey manages to scrounge a kick towards Bennell. Well, he's going to be dangerous from any position, but he feeds the handball off. It was intercepted as well, so Noble Park can try and take this away. Now through Lambert. Oh, confronted was Noble. That was Reardon. Upended by McGowan. And that was an excellent, tenacious tackle by the late in. So he's a kick and a half from goal. He's going to be looking for one of their tall targets, of course. Fox will be around there. It's just come off hands and will be a boundary throw in. 13 minutes gone on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. East Ringwood 7-5-47. Noble Park 3-5-23. Thanks for joining us here on Eastern FM.
They're just hanging in at the moment, Noble Park. They're just hanging in the contest.
Murray outpointed once more in the ruck. It was Marshall to try and get the ball away. It was smothered and the pack just falls over. Let's go down boundary side with Blake Tennant.
The ice cream truck's just arrived here.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that.
What's it called again?
Gelati or Mr. Whippy?
Yeah, that's it, Mr. Whippy, that's it.
Yeah, that's the boundary rider's job too, to go and get all the ice creams.
Yeah. I'll have a double choc, mate.
You're shout, Brash? You're shout, Brash?
Yeah, I could shout. Don't worry about that, Blakey.
Reardon with a clearing kick, but boundary line was always going to be the winner there.
There's been a few people, already a few onlookers walking over at the moment, so...
I'm decently sure they're always here every time we're here.
Yep.
Well, that's your job for the third quarter, Blake, as the ball's brought back into play on the far side. Out here, Pat Wright Senior Oval.
Do you take IRUs, Blake?
Well, I don't know how I can, do this, boys, because you're all the way up there, and I've got to walk all the way to the
Blake, where there's a will, there's a way, and you'll find it.
More importantly, Tuvey sending East Ringwood right into attack, spoiled across the line for a minor score. 7-6-48 to 3-5-23. East Ringwood comfortably leading this game by 25 points.
Let's go for some scores with Paul Ukoni.
Some scores in Division 1 at the moment. South Belgrave 6-5-41 to Baronia 3-6-24, and Park Orchards 5-11-41 to North Ringwood 5-5-35.
Noble Park, it was a long kick in, ended up in a contest as Keedle interceded as well, but holding the ball free kick will go the way of, Mitch Keedle, a true journeyman of the EFNL. Played for plenty of clubs, Baldwin, Mitcham, Park.
He's had more cut lunches than football clubs, I reckon.
Delaney now sends it down the ground. Mundy nearly took the mark.
Is that a free to Mundy?
And it looks like it's going to go the other way, actually. It's going to go to Noble Park.
Might have been some shepherding.
McInerney now. Another bloke who's moved clubs. He was Bayswater man.
And a Knox man.
A Ferntree Gully man as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a journeyman.
Yeah, and Bauer now, he's on a bit of a journey there as he tries and twists and turns, but the kick inside forward 50 was a bit pedestrian as Mark Smith was able to scoop it up, kick it towards the boundary line. Mundy was the target. We'll have another ball in. East Ringwood probably very happy with the conditions of the game at the moment.
Oh, well, at the moment, Jared, it's playing right into their hands, really.
Time very much not on Noble Park's side since they only have the 3 goals for the game. Tovey now trying to work his way out of it, yet more pressure. Manages to find the ball again. Fresh air shot. Holding the ball. So Noble Park win that battle. We'll send it forward. And Mundy was right in the path of that kick and was able to intercept. So down the line for East Ringwood it was. McDonald couldn't quite take the mark there. It was Tovey instead, was able to find the space. Kicks it to the pocket. And the mark's been taken by Jacob Noble.
Sorry, Jade, you caught me napping there.
Sorry,
no, I didn't realise.
Sorry, boys, but the ice cream truck has decided to leave on me now. So
any excuse.
I'm really sorry, guys. It's
off.
on the other side of the ground there where you guys are.
Noble pushing forward. It's been cut off here by Nolan to 2. He's been involved a lot in this third quarter. As they link up again, Webster, handballed over the top, going forward, Kane, the kick was smothered. So still an opportunity here for East Ringwood, but centre half forward at the moment. 7.5 minutes gone third term. 7-6-48 leading Noble Park 3-5-23. Thanks for joining us on Radio East and 98.1 FM. Now Facebook and YouTube streams for today's big clash in Premier Division. The top side, East Ringwood, looking to continue their spot on the top of the ladder. Wetherell got the handball forward. Hannah Mundy off the left boot towards goal. And almost a chance for a mark from Bennell, and the shot on goal from Webster wasn't enough. It was touched across the line for a minor score. 7-7, plays 3-5. 18 minutes gone third term.
Crouch to kick the ball in. Barrels it. Look at that. Right up the middle. Tweedy. Oh, collision. Tried to come across and nearly came a cropper. It was Keedle, however, to rove it. The kick found space and Waitman and Quaife. Battle is on. Boundary line's right there. Quaife might be looking for it at this point. Waitman wrapped him up.
What's a cropper, Jared?
Come a cropper to come undone.
Unstuck.
Unstuck, indeed.
Not in my dictionary.
I understand where you were coming from, Jared.
Thank you.
It's normally a Barry Crocker, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's a shocker.
Shocker. Yeah. But you can come a cropper as well.
Or a Hawaii 5-0.
It was
You got plenty of them, haven't you, Spider?
Baker was wrapped up in his forward line. Noble Park trying to just take it away, but it's East Ringwood overwhelming them at the moment. The bouncing ball towards the boundary line. And another stoppage for East Ringwood in their forward line. We've gone 19 minutes in this third quarter, so very close to time on. And Noble Park's going to have to generate something pretty soon if they're going to take this one and take it up to the ladder leaders. Finding the ball out the back was Webster, weaving this way and that. Managed to get the handball backwards to Nolan. High ball towards Fox. He's
just so big.
How do you stop it?
And when you're playing on an opponent that's giving inches away, it makes a huge difference.
Using his opponent as a stepladder, Josh Fox takes the mark yet to kick a goal this game.
Well, he stands probably 6'7". By the time he jumps, he's about 7'5". No one's ever going to take a mark below him.
I think Noble copped a knee in the back of the head as a result of being that step ladder.
And he comes. This will be goal number 49 for the year if he's able to slot it. Goal 8 for the game for East Ringwood.
Been offline today, Fox.
Has been. And a let off for the Bulls.
3 behinds for him. Just
excuse me, just some scores in Division 3. Upper Gully 6-6-42 to Donvale 6-3-39. Knox 13-5-83 to Coldstream 4-6-30. And Sylvan 11-7-73 to scores before at 32.
Ridiculous. Delaney over the top of the head to Bennell as they move the ball down the line. Now inside 50 again. Ball hits the deck. Grabbing that first set pickup. Over the top to Kane. Waitman. Back to Kane. And a shot there from Downey, putting it towards the top of the square. And the mark is taken by Crouch in defence for the Bulls. Crouch. Tweedy getting the hand to it. At the back. Tuvey to Delaney. Sport again. Chancey McDonald couldn't quite grab it. Downey now inside 50. Pick up. At ground level there, Waitman. There's been a free kick awarded. It's going the way of East Ringwood, so this is coming back. And there will be a set shot on goal. Be Adam Picker to line up. Slight angle. And for be kicking from just on the arc, you'd say, from here. So it'll be a tough kick, and they've missed a couple of set shots today, East Ringwood.
You know, the way East Ringwood are playing, they probably could walk away with maybe a 14-6 goal game and maybe win the game by 50 points, but it's probably one of the least inspiring 50-point wins you could have, wouldn't it?
Well, we'll see as Picker lines up. Kick on its way. Was it touched? It was touched by Murray just on the line, but not a bad attempt from there. 7-9-51 to 3-5-23 Noble Park. 22 and a half minutes gone, third term.
Brad Crouch, former Adelaide and St Kilda man. Are we going to see the barrel once more? That's what he tried last time from the kick in. Yes, we are. Right up the middle. And Mark nearly taken out there by Taborski, but East Ringwood, they were fast on it. And Marcus Kane's taking the mark at centre half forward, finds a man in the pocket, and there'll be another shot at goal. And this is going to be Ryan Webster. So the late in, I believe, sorry, an in for this week, not a late in. And this will push the margin out, perhaps beyond reach for Noble Park. They're going to have a stellar final quarter to overcome them anyway. What's this kick going to do? Another set shot miss for East Ringwood. They're at 7-10-52.
Been some let-offs, hasn't there?
Noble Park 3-5-23. We're in time on at three-quarter time, in the third quarter.
In Div 4 at the moment, it is Churnside Park 7-5-47 to Whitehorse 6-3-39 and Kilsyth 8-5-53 to Warrandyte 5-30.
They've managed to cough this one up in defence of Noble Park. They're still in possession with the footy. Broderick trying to get at McDonald across the line, but they're under a ton of pressure there. And
I'd say it was the greatest advertisement of our game for that last 30 seconds.
No, it probably wasn't. But it's still now locked inside this forward 50 for East Ringwood, who look very dangerous at the moment, but they haven't quite put it on the scoreboard. Keeping in front of himself there, Tuvey, or Seymour, should I say. They've got the long hair down there for the Roos.
East Ringwood are playing like winners, but they're just not putting it on the board at the moment. They're just dominating possession here.
Well, they are,
That's
yeah.
right. Here's Marson bursting away. Gets the kick out of defence for the moment. Picked up that time by Reardon. Got her away to Fairbank. And now this is their best opportunity to be cut off by Tweedy, doing very well. Handballing it in front of Beeler. That was a strong handball from there, running across the boundary line. Now it comes back, though. Gilbert chasing this one. Bit slow to get to it. Pushed in the back, though. It was the Holden free kick. So Sam Gilbert for the Bulls will put it towards the pocket over the head of Fairbank and out of bounds. And we'll get a boundary throw in. So big opportunity here for Noble Park. They get a goal back. It's only back to 23 points, and having been probably completely outplayed for the last quarter and a bit, the game would still be in the balance.
It gives them something to take into the last break.
That's right. Henry stolen out of the ruck. Here's Broderick. Got it on the right boot. And brings it home. It's through. Umpire took a
that's
long
gotta
time
be a
to
goal
signal.
today.
That is goal. That's got to be goal of the day. He's kicked it on the right outside of his right foot.
Certainly one of them. 4-5-29, Noble Park. Big goal for Broderick. East Ringwood 7-10-52. So margin back to 23 points, boys.
Forward stoppage goal, and what a great goal by Broderick. But that's the sort of thing we're talking about. They've got to make the most of their opportunities. And look, they're hanging in there, and I think that's a sign too, Brash, that they are doing that. They haven't completely given it away.
No, you're right. Exactly right. They're hanging in there.
They managed to break through the wall of East Ringwood. Tweedy nearly intercepted. It looks like there's a 6-6-6 infringement, perhaps.
Going East Ringwood's way.
Oh, and this might be a momentum killer for Noble Park. He hands it off to Tovey. Downey under pressure as he kicked it. Punch away. Scooped up by Norris. Tackled immediately, however, and that might be holding the ball. So Noble Park will start their possession chain from the defensive line, which is perhaps not what they wanted after just kicking a goal. Unfortunate error that gave away the free kick in the middle. The ball just went over everyone's head, and it was Crouch there to capitalise. Stern, open goal, bouncing ball, and the bounce was cruel. It bounced right up into Sam Walsh's hands, and he was very happy to just see it safely over the line.
Well,
only option he had.
That chain deserved a goal, didn't it?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah, round the up. Sorry, I thought hand was up. Was where he hit 7-10-52 to 4-6-30. 22 points. So the margin still well in Noble Park's range. If they can get one back again before the three-quarter time siren, won't be long to go. With 27 minutes gone, third term. There's Delaney out of defence towards us broadcast side. Tuvey, great mark.
Because what, 2 goals apiece this quarter?
Yeah, they've been able to bring it back. Obviously, East Ringwood have missed a few in front of goal. Josh Tovey, send it long down the line. Hannon in the middle of this. And then Mundy, that is. Crouch. Ball going nowhere. Jones wrapped up. So 27 and a half minutes gone third term. 22-point lead to East Ringwood. This game still in the balance. Henry and Murray. Broderick with the clearance forward. Kicked the last goal. Is there a chance for a late one for Noble Park? In front position. Getting a fist to it. Keeping this one alive, the Bulls. They go back inside 50 again. Damon Delaney and Tweedy out the back. Neither really communicated with each other. So the ball still in possession. Still in play here. Trying to get away. Big tackle laid. And the umpire says, give it to me. Let's go down the boundary of Blake Tennant.
Yeah, just a bit of an injury update. Harley Fairbank wearing the long sleeves, of course, just got a little bit up pretty slowly. So just keep an eye out on him, boys.
Henry wrenches it out of the ruck, height to his advantage, of course. And now East Ringwood, they have open grounds, but Murray saying you're not going anywhere. Wetherell holding them up. Could have been a dangerous play there by East Ringwood, but Murray had the wherewithal to tackle Wetherell.
Competed well, Murray.
Mundy tried to burst through the pack. Molinaro got clothesline there, I thought.
Every time I see him, he reminds me of Happy Days.
And, the attack just stopped by the siren. East Ringwood under pressure in that last 5 minutes of play at Noble Park. Not quite able to capitalise as much as they could, but 4-6-30. They're in with a shot here against East Ringwood, 7-10-52. It's three-quarter time. We'll quickly go through the goal scorers. Jamie Bennell, he's a dangerous man with 4 goals. Connor Waitman, Riley Wetherell, and Adam Markick-Smith, each with 1 for East Ringwood. And it was Jordan Marson, Harry Broderick, Matthew Nelson, and I'm just missing one, I think, for Noble Park, if anyone can help me out.
Nelson, Broderick, Ben Marson, and Jordan Marson.
Thank you very much, Wayne Barasha. And so we'll be back with an interview with one of the coaches and the final quarter after this break.
4-6, third tie.
Thank you, Paul. Keep going, sorry.
In Division 2, Croydon 8-11-59 to Mulgrave 4-3-27.
Let's go down to the boundary, Blake Tennant.
Sorry, there's something going on with the mic, but I've fixed it anyway. Steve Hughes here. 2 words I heard, just belief and momentum. Do you want to just talk about what that is for this last quarter?
Oh, yeah, I felt like the last 5 minutes we got a bit of momentum. I think East Ringwood controlled most of that quarter, but just the last 5 minutes, I thought we won a bit of footy ourselves. So maintain that and play a good first 10 minutes of the quarter, you never know.
And, you talk about your last 5 minutes, it was really solid as well. Is that something you're going to push for and, hopefully, get back to, only, as I said, 3 goals?
Yeah, well, we've rolled sort of 5 or 6 players through the middle today, so we're hoping we run out the game well. So obviously they're a really good side, but see how we go. First 10 minutes is important.
No worries. Thanks again, Susie.
Thanks there to Steve Hughes down the boundary with Blake Tennant as we get stuck into this final quarter. Umpire holds the ball up and Jared Benlin take us all away for the final term.
Murray and Henry to grapple once more in the ruck. Henry taps down. McDonald straight onto the tackle. However, as Waitman is wrapped up, let's go to some scores quickly with Paul.
Get some more Division 2 scores. Wani South 15-5-95 to Heathmont 2-1-13. Tempe 9-9-63 to Surrey 5-3-33. And Ringwood 6-5-41 to Waverley Blues 4-6-30.
That was my roughie. Ringwood up by a point. I don't mind that.
11,
sorry. So East Ringwood will take it away through Keedle. 2-on-2 contest there. Weatherall went up for it. It came down to Taborski. He got the handball away. He's going to have to work his way out of this one with Fairbank. Holding the ball. Waitman to potentially take a shot at goal if he thinks he's in range. And this would hurt. This would break the back of Noble Park, I would say. The momentum and the belief might just be snuffed out here.
Well, the umpires have been pretty dynamite on that tackle this afternoon, and so I mean, it's not a surprise that was paid really, because they've been pretty consistent with it.
He didn't seem to have much time, but like he was front on to the umpire, so the umpire's obviously.
Well, he had a good view of it, Lee.
Yeah.
Connor Waitman, he's kicked 1 goal for the day. Set shots have not been East Ringwood's forte, however, today, and that is no difference. So just the one behind, 23 point lead.
It's been a bit of a problem for him, hasn't it? The accuracy in front of goal over recent times. For
well, 8-19 last week. Well, they 7-11 now.
Well, they've just kept Noble Park alive here, 7-11 to 4-6. As Noble Park look to clear it out, great mark taken. Oh, the big fella there for the Bulls, Murray. So chooses just go down the line. There's a lot of white jumpers in front. One of those is Josh Tuber, who takes the mark and looks to play on using the corridor. Got Kane, just overdid the kick, just not working out for him. And wrapping up Kane in the tackle there was Marshall. So we'll get a ball up in the middle of the ground. Around the grounds, Paul in just a moment. We'll see this one as Henry taps it down. Molinaro towards McDonald on the wing, keeping it alive. Picked up by Stern, wrapped up in a tackle. Now we'll go around the grounds.
In Div 3, Upper Gully 7-8-50 to Donvale 6-3-39 to Basin 6-8-44 to Fair Park 3-3-21. Knox 13-6-84 to Coldstream 4-6-30. Sylvan 11-8-74 to Scoresby 5-10-40 and Ferntree Gully 13-13-91 to Oakley District 2-6-18.
Thanks there, Paul. So Donvale and Scoresby in trouble with both losing a game, which would sort of cancel one another out. As Henry taps it down in front of him. Ball still going nowhere. Umpire lets it play on a little bit to let it come out, and now it does work in the favour of East Ringwood. Picker went without it. Stolen away that time by Bauer. Got the handball, which turned it over. And now Roos go inside 50. At the back is Noble, picks it up cleanly and looks to find McDonald on the far side. Picked off by Keedle, who jumps the fence.
Nice leap.
Very good leap, very clean. As he jumped it.
Praised by the Noble players as they help him back over.
In a single jump.
Might be up for the hurdles in the Olympic Games.
Murray and Henry once more to go at it. The throw in favoured Murray. Fairbank will take it away. No, ran into a wall there. Tackled. Not holding the ball that time.
Harley's got himself into a bit of trouble this afternoon. He's been caught that many times. He just can't get a disposal.
He's been really caught now though too. I think he really went forward when he landed.
I didn't think it was bad.
Yellow card.
Must have been a sling tackle or something of the sort there by
He certainly hit the ground pretty hard.
But we talk about the outcome, and that was the outcome because he hit the ground hard.
It's more like the second action. That's what the
That's right, mate. It's the second action and the outcome.
And I've never seen these guys in the back of the car here, as you guys are seeing right now, jump out of their car as quick as they possibly can to let them know.
But it's the protection of the player, and that's what's important.
So if the umpire's call on the...
Keeping the game going is also very important. What's going on here? I'm not sure what the hold up is.
Just a bit of language coming around here. I know Noble Park people are still here, so just letting Keeble know about the yellow card.
Well, Fairbank might have still been recovering from that hit because he turned the ball over. Connor Waitman now to send East Ringwood back forward. Downey, what a mark.
He's sporting a new look, the old Connor Waitman, the old Dirk Diggler mustache.
Downey will set it up to the top of the goal square. Fox is there wrestling with Jones, and of course he takes the mark. Sticky Hands was playing behind Jones there, but he's head and shoulders above him.
Yeah, just strength and power and height.
Yep, starting to work his way into the game is Josh Fox, yet to kick a goal. However, uncharacteristic, of course, for the big forward, former Cheltenham man. And he looks to slot this from point blank range. And East Ringwood build that lead once more. And that's come out to 29 points, the margin. And Noble Park just watching the game slip away slowly.
Yeah, well, it's almost seemed inevitable there that, that East Ringwood would, get the opening goal. There's a sense of inevitability with this game at the moment.
Yeah, they just haven't come with the right intensity in this quarter, Noble. They just didn't hit the ground running as Steve Hughes requested of them at three-quarter time.
Yeah, certainly needed that first one if there were any chance of maybe a late comeback. But the Roos right in control of this game, and there's been a free kick going the way of East Ringwood in the middle. Mundy to take this one. So Hannon Mundy has been, I think, pretty reliable this afternoon. Goes long inside 50 in the Fox direction. Sport from behind. They go forward again towards a one-on-one. Getting a hand to it, Bennell. And out the back, doing nicely there, Lambert. Trying to clear it out. Tuvey cut it off. It's been big in the second half. Went back to Walsh. Walsh now towards goal. Sneaks in for a minor score. So that moves them now to 8-12-60. Noble Park 4-6-30. 30-point lead, 7 minutes gone, final term.
Jones to look for options. Where's the exit? It's Murray. He's in 2-on-1 situation. Punched away from him by East Ringwood, and they'll come up with the ball once more. Markick Smith able to chisel it to centre half forward, but it was Broderick to take the mark. Now taking on the corridor, Gilbert. That was an error. Couldn't take the mark. Tries to bowl over Delaney in response. Fighting for the ball again against three. Horns of a dilemma there, Sam Gilbert. And ball up. Let's go to Paul Uconi.
Got a score in Premier. Mitcham have come back into the game against Donny East. Donny East 8-6-54 to Mitcham 6-7-43.
So an option forward for East Ringwood. The mark's been taken by Wetherell. Calling for him to go for goal. This would perhaps be the nail in the coffin of the Bulls if he's able to put this one home. He's kicked a goal for the game. Has missed a few set shots as well. Probably one of the main culprits of East Ringwood's kicking woes. They have kicked 8-12. Will kick it from the arc. How does he navigate the wind? Not well this time once more. And East Ringwood moved to 8-13, 61. Noble Park 4-6-30. 8.5 minutes gone in the final quarter on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard.
So despite the margin of 31 points, it does feel like it's more of a 8 or 9 goal type game, the difference between the two sides. And out of defence, they go again, Noble Park, but finding it difficult to really get past this point of the field. So coming up to the 9th minute mark of this final term. But in saying that, it's been certainly a better performance against one of the top sides. Compare that to 2 weeks ago against Blackburn. Gilbert takes the mark here on the wing for Noble Park. Short kick in the middle of the ground. Marston did well enough to control it. His handball was cut off. That was by McGowan, who was a late inclusion. Wrapping up his opponent in the middle of the ground. Noble Park get a stoppage here.
To be honest, both sides really haven't had clean ball this afternoon. It's just been
one of those games, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been stoppage after stoppage, and whoever's taken advantage of the clearances.
Yeah.
So, in front position, Murray got the tap down. Roos with all the numbers around the footy. Downey, the handball back, and they go down towards the wing, bouncing across the line. We'll get a boundary throw in far side, 8:13:61 East Ringwood, Noble Park, 4:6:30. Played almost 10 minutes in this final term.
It's almost at the moment, it's that 7 minutes of play by Jamie Bennell in that second quarter with those 3 goals. It's basically been the difference between the sides, really.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Murray was able to get the tap down this time. Tovey just works his way into some space, gets the handball over the top. Webster tries to control it, not able to. Noble Park still being forced backwards, however. End up in a tackle from Pika. Ball up. 10 minutes gone in the final quarter. 30-61. Bulls trail. Marshall tried to get the handball away. Now Molinaro upended as he kicked it. Bouncing ball. Contest at ground level will end up in a ball up. East Ringwood have been able to extend that 22-point lead they had at three-quarter time, despite Noble Park potentially coming into this quarter with some momentum. Another ball up as well. Again, we've had a few passages of play throughout this game that have been repeat stoppages, and at this point I think it's pretty obviously favouring East Ringwood. Murray and Henry go at it once again. Marshall trying to extract it. Unable to do so. It's East Ringwood who do, however, and the mark's been taken by Wetherill. Another mark inside forward 50 for the big man. He has certainly not quite learned his lesson kicking to this end of the ground, set shot-wise. But the wind has died down a little bit, so maybe that will favour him. Just to put the lead out to 37 points for East Ringwood. He's trying to just set it to the right goalpost, but it stayed right. And yet again, he misses a set shot at goal.
1 goal 4 for Wetherill today.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It's a what if. Potentially could have been in for a big afternoon. 8:14 to 4:6, as we said. It's a 32-point margin for the Roos, as the Sting is really gone out of this game, as goes towards centre wing. Tweedy with a hand to it out the back. And we'll get a stoppage as we go down to the boundary with Blake Tennant.
Yeah, I've actually just got a quick message from someone that's tuning in from Vietnam, actually. It's Mark Waitman, the son of Connor. He's in a bar with a few East Ringwood families watching on. And he just said to me, "Go the mighty Roo." So there you go.
Good.
So he's watching in a Vietnam, guys. That's a bit out there.
Well,
fantastic.
Like I said, the FNL goes far and wide.
And he's the assistant coach too, boys. I think that might be a fine on Thursday night, I reckon.
Yeah, what the hell's he doing there when he's supposed to be here on the boundary line coaching?
I threw him under the bus there.
There's Wetherill, who goes inside 50 for the Roos, down in front. Noble got hands to it and is being paid the mark.
I got him in my votes today, Noble.
Been extremely good for the Bulls, just been very reliable down back as he's...
And it's going to be
Crouch.
I think it's a hard voting day too.
It's very hard, but he has been impressive, Noble.
And down the line it went, picked off by Henry, got the handball away towards the top of the square. Guess who? There's Josh Frost. Couldn't quite take the mark, almost had a fair grab at it. And across the line to 8:15 now, 63 East Ringwood to Noble Park 4-6, 13 and a half minutes gone. Final term on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Anyone else in Vietnam, let us know if you're tuning into YouTube or Facebook.
I've got a feeling Play HQ's chucked a wobbly at the moment because there's nothing.
I think Play HQ might be in Vietnam as well.
God.
Yeah, I've had a look at a few scores and they haven't changed since the third quarter. So Paul's having a nightmare.
So a haphazard passage of play for Noble Park has actually ended up with the potential for them to go forward, but East Ring would have thrown the wall up, and Crouch ended up being the target across the ground. They're still at their half-back line at Noble Park. Crouch sending it forward. And there was an infringement in the marking contest. So Scott McInerney now finally to send it just about inside forward 50 for the Bulls. Mark's taken, kick towards the pocket. Marsden was there, but gee, the kick just did not favour him at all.
That was a shank, wasn't it?
First time it's been there for, 15 minutes, and it's a loss.
Yeah, it's disappointing for Noble Park, of course. I mean, we're wondering where the goals were going to come from this quarter. They only kicked 4 thus far.
Well, Doncaster East kicked 4-9 against East Ringwood last week, so, I mean, defensively, you've got to say East Ringwood's done a really good job again.
Well, they have. I mean, they're the number 1 ranked team in defence for a reason.
Broderick, who kicked a miracle goal earlier, sends that one towards the pocket. Tweedy was able to force his hand onto the ball and send it over the line. Another forward stoppage for
So the
Noble
balcony
Park.
very quiet today.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Rowdy bunch here.
No, they've all opted for the inside warmth, and they're able to watch it on the screen as well.
I'll just back quickly, just before we go back to you boys. There was a little bit of words in the old beer garden as well, so they continued on from when Kettle came off for the yellow card.
I did also move the FX mic about another 20 metres to the left in case they came back out and got a bit rowdy.
Yeah, so there's a few next to me right now, but then there's more in the beer garden, and they were just letting him know about the yellow card.
Henry, great tap down Mundy. His kick was pressure affected, up and under by Nolan. Just try and mark his own ball. Then no, that was Balo who ended up with it in the end, and Noble Park, they're going to earn themselves another forward stoppage. There's going to be another goal for the game for the Bulls. It will most likely come from this sort of a situation. Henry taps it down once more, dominant in the ruck today. It's going nowhere.
So deep inside, Noble Park's attacking half of the ground. They trail by 33 points. Stern getting it forward. McDonald, great kick from there. He's been able to sneak that through. East Ringwood are missing shot after shot, and Lachlan McDonald just finds one out of nothing.
Might be another goal today contender, I reckon, because
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, looking at the replay on the Tobin Brothers goal of the day contender, that's for sure. East Ringwood 8-15-63, Noble Park 5-6-36. So a good goal there from McDonald. Probably enters the conversation with both Broderick and Bennell. The Tobin Brothers goal of the day.
I still have Broderick. I think that was a little bit further out, and you almost feel like it shouldn't have hit the ball that sweet, hit his boot that sweet. Back into the centre, Noble Park.
Yeah, I think it's had a dummy spit.
Yeah.
Play HQ.
Oh no, that's a disaster.
There's nothing coming through for any of the other leagues either.
Oh, no. So Jacob Noble, he's under a lot of pressure in the defensive lines for Noble Park. Kind of as Waitman was, he handballed it to the man at the top of the goal square, flying shot at goal. He probably should have kicked that, to be honest, from that far out. But
yeah, I think it was touched. So
yeah.
So 8-15, 8-16 now. 64 East Ringwood, 5-6-36 Noble Park.
3-11. East Ringwood have kicked in the second half.
Yeah, it's could have been a bit of a blowout.
Imagine if it was 16-8.
Yeah, correct. So the Bulls would just go long down the line towards the corridor underneath this one. Couldn't quite take the mark of Tuvi. Molinaro was at ground level, bouncing footy, eluded everyone out the back. It almost worked out for him. It might. Here's McInerney from outside 50, puts it towards the top of the square. Stearns underneath this one, forward across the line. Great defensive work there by Donnelly. And it's just a minor score, 5-7-37 Noble Park, 8-16-64 East Ringwood. Coming up to the 19th minute mark of this final quarter.
Damon Delaney to kick it in, closing in on 100 senior games for the Roos.
Been a great play for them.
Tweedy, former Norwood man, takes the mark.
He's having a great year too.
Yeah, he is.
Tweedy.
Just to send it down the line. Noble will set himself, but challenged by Wetherell, man in front, takes the mark however. So Jacob Noble to send them back, centre half forward for the Bulls. A lot of white jumpers there, but they all went up for the ball. Front and centre was Connor Waitman, however, tackled immediately. Dvorsky didn't get awarded for that one. We're ticking into time on in the final quarter of this game. Waitman tracking the ball, finds a man in space with the handball, just weathering the storm a little bit. Oh no, not really, it was Walsh. So McInerney picked his pocket, kicks it to Molinaro. And the Bulls to try and load up once more. Where are the options? It's a wide open goal square. He lowered his eyes, found Broderick. And that was a shocking kick. Delaney put himself in the way of an absolute scrubber. But Stern, as you say, Ryan, it has worked out for him. And the Bulls get another one back. 6-7, 43. And that plays 8-16-64, back to a 21-point margin. They'll need 4 goals in probably about 6 to 8 minutes or so.
Mathematically possible.
It is, but it's just a good reward for their hard work. I mean, they haven't thrown the towel in at any stage. They've just kept persisting, and I think that's what you've got to admire about what Noble Park have done today. They have been a persistent side. I think Steve Hughes would be happy that they got a couple of goals late in the game.
We'll go down to the boundary of Blake Tennant.
Yeah, I've got a few.
Hold up a second, because Crouch is going inside 50. Can they get another one? Gilbert's at front position. Socket off the ground. Molinaro chasing this one. Picked it up cleanly off the right boot inside 50. Game's just lifted in intensity for a moment. Tweedy's there. Gets past one. Gets the handball away. They go down the line along the boundary side. Picked off here by the Bulls in Taborski.
I got Tweedy in me votes.
Taborski now towards centre half, forward for the Bulls. Wetherell in right position, just wants to launch this one forward. The bounce will be interesting. Who's going to get there first? Lambert tapping it towards himself. He hasn't got much, and he's corralled across the line. Just had no real options didn't want to keep it in. Now we'll go down to Andrew Blake Tennant.
This is just getting out of hand at the moment. I'm just getting messages left, right and centre from shout-outs here. So the president is, I don't know, I know he's...
Matt Crowell.
Yeah, he's watching from Mexico today, boys. So he just wanted to give a mention there. And the football manager, Simon Moore, he's also in Vietnam as well.
I've only seen Potsy down here. He's the only one that seems to be, one of the clubmen that's actually at the game.
Yeah, so Simon Moore is in Vietnam. He says g'day, so there you go. But,
G'day, Matty Crowd.
Yeah, but he's watching from Mexico at the moment, so I don't know what's going on with the whole East Ringwood footy department not decided to come today.
So there was an infringement in the ruck contest, and any momentum that was building for Noble Park could be swallowed up by this moment as Connor Waitman misses another. Oh, it just snuck in. And that could have put the brakes on anything Noble Park might have been building in the past 2 or so minutes.
Got to say, the goal umpire built the drama there really nicely.
Very theatrical, wasn't it? Has flown under the radar. I think he's been very impressive.
Actually, I think this goal umpire today, I think he's done 3 games.
Yes, I think I have seen him out there all afternoon. What also interests me, obviously now 9-16-70 East Ringwood to 6-7-43 Noble Park, but how many numbers of East Ringwood contacts does Blake have down there that he's getting all these messages of different people and where they are overseas? Be interested to follow up on that one, Blake.
Well, for starters, I've had Mark Waitman, who's probably with the same people, so Simon Moore, and I reckon that message is gone from that bar in Vietnam to where the president is.
There you go. Is keeping this alive there was Bauer, stolen by Donnelly, who just launches it out, and big mark from behind there. Seymour getting up over Noble. Seymour now inside 50 in the direction of Fox, and look at the hands, how strong. Use his body well, right position, and can go back and have the set shot. They have missed it quite a few today, have East Ringwood. Fox has just kicked the 1.
That he has.
But they left a few out there, haven't they?
1-3 he's kicked this afternoon.
So an opportunity for his second of the day. Josh Fox, leading goal scorer in Premier Division right now. A slow approach as Fox comes in for a bit of icing on the cake. This kick is to the right once again, so They haven't brought their kicking boots today. 9-17-71 to Noble Park 6-7-43. 24.5 minutes gone final term.
Well, between him and Weatherall, they've kicked 2-8.
A couple of times with Fox, it feels like he's tried to kick it too hard. You know, just when he's had those set shots.
Noble Park able to exit defence. Are they going to be able to take it away here? No. Just a ball in on the outer side. 24.5 minutes gone in the final quarter. East Ringwood 71, play Noble Park 43 at Pat Wright Senior Oval. Premier Division action here on the Eastland match of the round.
Hopefully, whoever runs Play HQ returns from Vietnam in the next few minutes.
Yeah. Fingers crossed. We do want some scores. There's some really interesting ones going on around the grounds today. McInerney lays the tackle.
We can make them up.
We go trying to get all our tips right. Gilbert into the ruck this time for Noble Park, but Tuvey able to just hand it over the top. Webster involved.
We could ask the Oracle to provide the final scores. I've got his tips. They might come close.
Fox in a one-on-one against his man Jones.
I reckon what we should do is just pull them out of a hat and see what we
just go on Chat GPT, boys.
Reverse raffle scores.
Lucky tip, Paul.
Yeah.
Chat GPT could also be useful as well, boys.
I might use Copilot instead.
Back into play, stoppage in East Ringwood's forward line. Fox just got hands to it there. He's going to have to go for it at ground level, but Broderick beats him to it. East Ringwood have set up the wall, however, nearly taking the mark over the top, though. No, didn't happen. Kane now trying to find the outside run of Delaney, but the boundary line beats him. Do we have any scores that were...
well, all the scores that were on Play HQ have just all been wiped off,
They're
Jared.
just gone. Okay, well, that's... we'll
Murray's
have to do it from memory.
Murray's going to struggle at the end of the our broadcast too.
No.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've checked all the other comps that are on Play HQ and they're all in the same boat.
Oh, dear.
So it's not us.
Delaney took the intercept mark.
So what do you think it is, boys? What do you think it is?
Oh, it's just a
technology.
Yeah.
We rely on so much on technology.
Get the old ring in the scores. Remember back those days, Brad? It's just the ring Eastern FM.
There might be some communist takeover. I don't know.
Okay.
Bennell into the pocket and Mundy.
Maybe it's been hacked and they're holding it to ransom.
Surely you guys got a lot of contacts up there in the box. I can see. I know a few of you got a few contacts around the league that you can, talk to.
Oh, sure. Isn't Player HQ a bit higher up the chain for the AFL? So maybe Swanee can fix that one while he's at the AFL as well.
Keedle kicked it into the car park instead of through the goals. Well, Jones to bring it in.
Considering it's an AFL product.
Well, the other alternative is the social media pages, and we'll quickly look through those across post-game. As this game is pretty close to finishing up. 27.5 minutes gone final term. East Ringwood 9-17-71 to Noble Park 6-7-43. The Roos are going to remain on top of the ladder as they clear it out of defence here. Noble Park.
It's been good today too, Monday.
Monday been good as well. They've had quite a few contributors across the afternoon. Mundy inside 50. Can they get a late goal? Bennell out the back, looking for goal number 5. Keeps it in, keeps it alive. Jones is there. Fairbank 2. Long kick out. And that is out of bounds on the full. So there will be an opportunity here for Damon Delaney, who's tried to claim it, but is going to go back to Connor Downey.
East Ringwood with another opportunity to miss a set shot.
Well, this is probably a tougher one for them. So potentially they might get this one off the left boot, and it is missed to the right. So 9-18-72 East Ringwood. Noble Park 6-7-43. The margin 29 points, but it feels like a much more controlling.
Well, it could make the news.
7 to 8 goals or so.
They're going to get
Here we go.
The Devils score from last
Got some
night.
results coming in through through my contacts, Blake. Out at Cheong, South Croydon 95 to Bourne 63. The Dogs, they're coming home strong.
They're hot.
And Baronia, Mitcham, any of those two?
Enough from you.
So the Felix Seymour tried to play on. found an option in the pocket, but it was out in the full instead. Brad Crouch to kick it back in after a false start.
Metro football held to ransom by the breakdown of play HQ this afternoon.
Noble takes the mark in his defensive goal square, trying to step around Bennell. Jamie about to put pressure on, but Noble squeezed a kick. Jones probably happy that the boundary line was there for him.
Local leagues thrown into confusion as final results couldn't be tabulated.
Lucky it's not the last round of the season.
Oh, God, could you imagine?
Yeah. Especially if there's a bee's diaphragm in percentage about being relegated.
And the siren's gone. East Ringwood have overcome Noble Park here at Pat Wright Senior Reserve. 9-18-72 to the Bulls, 6-7-43. And the Roos look set for a deep finals run this year. Noble Park will have to go into the next 4 rounds and take 2 or 3 of those games, depending on other results, of course.